guys! Today I'm going to review a Dario Argento film and it's called Cat o' Nine Tails. It's Argento's second horror film. Argento made a trilogy of horror films in the early 70s. It's called the Animal Trilogy. They're not followed on from each other, it's just there's a name of an animal in each title. There's Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Cat o' Nine Tails and Four Flies on Grey Velvet. The film stars James Franciscus as Carlo, Karl Malden as Franco, Catherine Spaak as Anna. The film only cost $1 million in 1971, but it made back from the box office 2.4 billion, so it was a massive success. It was unsuccessful in Europe, but was a big hit in the US. So that's where all the money came from, the US. Oddly enough, Argento said it's his least favourite film. I don't know why that is, because it's a really good one. I also did a review of this film in a book, so I'm a bit of a writer as well. It's in a book called Son of Unsung Horrors, edited by Eric McNaughton, if you want to buy it. So I wrote a 4-page review of this film in that book. The plot of the film's quite strange. Some people have a DNA that's got XYY. They think that the ones that have that have a good chance of being serial killers. So it's strange that. I don't know how that is. Strange science in this film. Karl Malden plays a blind man. And he has a little niece, girl, and one night he hears this man talking in a car, and that's how the film starts. There's lots of deaths. He used to be a newspaper reporter, so he teams up with this other guy, and they both try to solve the crime at this clinic place. James Franciscus plays Carlo, and he's in another one of my favourite films, Beneath the Planet of the Apes. That's an excellent sequel to Planet of the Apes. Brilliant film, and he's good in this film as well. So Carlo and Franco try to solve who's the murderer, and it's typical of the giallo subgenre. Giallo's a type of murder mystery. They were at the peak in the 60s and the 70s, and it started to lose popularity from the 80s onwards. Mario Bava made a lot of giallos in the 1960s, and Dario Argento kind of took over from the 70s onwards.
Hey, bloody rubbish Italian horror. They should stick to making bloody spaghetti.
He had a massive success with his first film, that was a giallo, and he continued, and all throughout his career he's made loads of giallo films. All the cast's great in this film. I especially like Karl Malden as Franco. He plays this blind news reporter, and he's really good at playing a blind person. Reminds us of the performance of Audrey Hepburn in Wait Until Dark, where your eyesight's not focused on whoever you're talking to. Argento was at his peak in the 70s and also the 80s. But it's strange, but after he made a film called Opera in 1987, and after that he went downhill really fast. His later films are really poor.
His bloody last films are bloody crap. His bloody early buggers aren't much better.
Another thing about giallo films is the killer tends to have black leather gloves, and Argento usually plays the part of the hands, where if you say the black gloves and the killer kills someone, murders them, Argento likes to be the one who's wearing the black gloves.
He wears his own bloody black gloves, the daft bugger. He's soft as shit.
As with a lot of giallo films, this has very violent deaths. There's an excellent train scene where this man gets run over by a train, and you see him crash. His face crashes right into the front of the train, And then you also see a shot of them under the wheels of the train as the train's going over them. Excellent death, that. Also in the film there's a lot of strangulation, and it's like lingering, so it looks almost realistic. You see the correct amount of saliva out of the mouth when someone's getting killed. It's really effective. Argento uses some excellent music in the film as well. Like a lot of the times the killer has a certain music to him. Like say if you go into the killer's house, there's this strange mixed up music as though he's crazy, because the music's all over the place. It's really a clever way to insinuate someone's mad. Another thing about Argento films is he has really close-ups, a lot of close-ups all the time. There's some excellent shots in this film of like knives and close-ups of people's eyes and stuff. So I like that, it's unnerving. Carlo and Anna have a good chemistry between them. During the love scene, like a killer's injected 2 cartons of milk with poison, and it's very suspenseful because you think one of them's going to drink the poisoned milk from the carton. It's an excellent directed scene, that actually. It's one of the best directed scenes in the film. The film has some very strong moments as well, like the killer kidnaps the girl. You see her getting slapped. So, like a lot of films, especially these days, they wouldn't do anything like that. This film's like Argento's least favourite, and I think it's because it's like his most normal type thriller that he did. All other ones tend to have something totally weird about them, but this one's pretty straightforward. There is an interesting thing about this film though. Karl Malden's character, Franco, it's slightly insinuated that he might have some sort of premonition, some sort of sixth sense, because there's a scene where he's in his apartment and for some reason, don't know why it's done, you see a shot of someone dead, and he goes to his window and looks out, even though he's blind, and he seems to be able to sense things. So I don't know if that was intentional or if it's just me reading it into the film. But he seems to see more than any other character, even though he's blind. He seems to like know more stuff than the people who can actually see. So it's really clever, that. So anyway, overall, what would I rate this film out of 10? I'm a big Argento fan, and I think I'd rate this one, even though it's sort of like second rate for Argento. And it was just his second film, so he hadn't properly got into the swing of things. He properly gets into the swing of things when he directs Deep Red. That's when he starts making masterpiece after masterpiece. But this film, it's really very good. So out of 10, I'd give it about an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Yay! What would you give it, Bones?
Nout. I like British and American horror films better. Get a bloody Hammer film on next time.
Okay, everybody, bye. Bye.